What's up, everybody? Welcome to your App Store update for Thursday, May 2nd. I'm Justin.
I'm Marty.
I'm joined once again by Marty. I can't get rid of you.
I know. I won't leave. I'm squatting in the office.
You just sit in this chair.
I'm like, oh man, it's almost 8 o'clock. We're almost going to record this.
I come in the morning, 10 o'clock.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was talking Hawaiian time.
Okay, yeah. I come in the morning and you're already sitting here, and I'm like, well, this is awkward.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
Marty, I don't want to do any more banter.
Okay.
Because we got too many games to get through.
There's a lot of games.
Thursday is the big App Store update.
Okay.
That's the day the iTunes Store refreshes, and so the biggest games launch that day to try to get those featured slots.
Sure.
And then they sit there all week.
Gotcha.
So there's a little inside baseball for you.
Whoa.
This is Dark Avenger.
Dark Avenger.
This is from Gameville, and this is like their Diablo clone thing. So
looks visually, it's not bad.
I mean, it's graphically impressive.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't it's got sort of this freemium deal going on, so it's
Yeah.
like I don't know how aggressive that paywall is, or
Sure.
you know, whether you eventually have to pay up, but the moment-to-moment action is totally like responsive and
Yeah,
solid.
yeah.
And like, I feel like my character, you know, it just has a really, really low jank factor.
Yeah.
Like, some of these games are really janky.
So it's a little more. You have direct control over the character, right?
Yep.
So it's a little more like a hack and slash, like the Champions of Norath games.
Yeah, it's totally, well,
Yeah.
I mean, Diablo is
Diablo's more
tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess since there's not a mouse, you're right. It's
Yeah.
less mouse
Yeah.
clicking. You do have direct. Yeah, I guess you're
Yeah.
right. That's a totally fair comparison. But you know, it's Diablo in the sense that it's an action RPG.
Yeah, sure. You said
you know.
free, but there's some in-app purchases. So
Yeah,
we
I
haven't
actually
got to see how far you can actually get without having to toss money at the game.
Yeah. So Dark
Okay.
Avenger is free.
Okay.
What's up? Next up, we have a game called Junktopia.
Whoa.
This game's not that great, so I'm gonna blast through it.
Okay.
It's sort of a one-button flying deal.
All right.
I don't want to call it an endless flyer because it's level-based, but it's that same sort of deal. Like, your character moves on his own.
Sure.
Um,
Man, that's 3 stars.
3 recycling symbols, I
Right.
guess. So your guy sort of moves, and then you have to collect garbage.
Okay.
You know, the graphics aren't much.
Yeah. It just looks, to me, it looks kind of junky.
Yep.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
For the love of all that's holy, no pun intended.
Meh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only-
Today's a pretty big day, so I would pass.
Yeah, I was just going to show it super briefly. So I've said on the App Store update before that sometimes I'm really glad that I try out everything.
Sure,
You know,
yeah.
you know, no matter how it looks, no judgments, I'm willing to give anything a shot.
Yeah.
And occasionally you find something like Ninja Striker,
Whoa.
where I expected this game. I did not expect much out of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's super cool. Like, it's got a super cool control scheme. I like the art.
Yeah, completely
you-
ripped from the.
You tap your
NES.
guy, like you just tap and he moves wherever, and then he'll stick to like walls, and then you
Okay.
tap enemies to slice them. And yeah, I think the idea is to just like zip through the levels
Sure,
like
sure.
crazy fast. Get him. Oh,
Oh man.
It is an iPhone game. That's
Yes. Okay.
And so then you have like it's got this sort of Sonic the
Oh,
Hedgehog
man,
style
that was
deal.
Supersonic, yeah.
And this is like an early level, so it's pretty easy. But
Sure.
later on, you know, there's like enemy fire you have to dodge. I just got
Bamboo
hit by
balls.
those bamboo.
Yeah.
Ninja
like
Striker,
this.
man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally dig it.
What are we looking at? Price.
Ninja Striker's free.
Wow.
I know. That's the thing. It's awesome. It's launching free, and then it's going to go up to 99 cents later.
Download it twice.
Um,
Don't actually do that.
no, can you even do that?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's even possible. Angry Birds Friends is out today.
All right.
And this is the free Facebook Angry Birds.
Okay.
So it was on Facebook for a long time, and now they released a mobile version on iOS and Android.
Sure.
So it's free, and the whole deal is there's a weekly tournament. There's 6 new levels every week, and then you're competing against your friends. You have that leaderboard over on this side of the screen. So let's see if I can beat Charles Onyette's score.
Apple Zone.
And then the way that this game makes its money is you can pay to get power-ups. And they start you with, like, I have a healthy number of power-ups right now, but I can
Yeah.
pay to get even more.
So while it's
Oh,
it's
that was terrible.
that was kind of
Oh,
garbage.
I saved it.
Something happened. So while it's you can't complain too much about something that's free, like the whole leaderboard aspect of it. If you have to pay in order to ostensibly make it to the top,
Yeah.
that I don't know, that dilutes a lot of the fun for me.
Yep, for sure. So there's 2 ways to look at it. One is you get 6 free Angry Birds levels every week. You don't
Yeah.
have to spend a cent.
Yeah.
The other way to look at it is if leaderboards are important to you, you really want to be at the top.
Yeah.
You know, you will end up needing to spend some money.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't even come close to Charlie's
No.
score.
No.
And that's also available to play on Facebook, and they're all like interconnected, like whichever version
That's
you're
pretty cool.
playing. We have Paper Titans.
Paper Titans. These guys look cute.
Paper Titans is $2.99,
All right.
and it's this cool sort of puzzle platformer, I guess, 3D puzzle platformer, and it's
Right.
got this papercraft theme that's
Yeah,
like really, really well integrated.
It immediately reminds me a lot of Tearaway, which is coming out for the Vita from Media
Mm.
Molecule.
And so you make your it is. It reminds me. I haven't seen Tearaway, but
Yeah.
you know, it does have that sort of Little
Yeah.
Big Planet style
Sure.
vibe to it, I
Yeah.
guess. So I want to see if I can show actually making your little guys. So I made these papercraft guys earlier, and then I drag them, you know, to move them.
Yeah.
And it's sort of super simple controls like that. You can rotate the stage
Oh, wow.
around by,
Okay.
you know, so it's like every stage has 3 stars, and in this stage 1 is like hidden around this corner. You won't see it if you
Oh,
don't
okay,
rotate.
gotcha.
But like these guys interact with each other. Let me do a better job here. So this guy stands on that platform, and then he serves as like a springboard for this
Okay,
guy.
cool.
And so like this is a very early stage, so the puzzling like isn't really much.
Yeah.
But
You said you made these guys? Like,
yeah, I didn't make them. I think the next stage will show you
Okay.
what I mean. I just like its style a lot.
yeah, the style's great.
Yeah, so you make them like this, like it's all scripted.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay,
it's-
but it's really it's kind
it's-
of a cute minigame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's got like a nice style to
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and you know, it makes you feel like you have a little bit more ownership over like they're not just these random dudes.
Sure, and it uses kind of the tangibility of the iOS devices.
Good word.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
You know, some
looks
people are
cool.
gonna be turned off that it's $3, but you know, it's one of today's better games for sure.
Sure.
We have Zoombies.
Whoa.
Zoombies Animales de Muerta.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
So this started as a WiiWare game in like 2008
Weird.
from High Voltage Software.
Super weird.
So High Voltage did the Conduit,
Yeah.
and you know they were these big Wii developers, and then it was this. It's a completely different game. It's crazy. It was like this action RPG or not RPG.
So did
but
it ever
like,
actually release?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, like it
Yeah.
just went back into remission. Was
Yeah,
the word I was gonna
mean,
use.
Yeah,
but,
at a certain point, it's just like, why develop this for the Wii?
so it's a line drawing game now. It's sort of a spin on what's that big line drawing game with the airports?
Die Hard 2.
Well done. Yeah,
I don't-
exactly.
No,
It's Die Hard 2.
I didn't even know line drawing games were a genre, honestly.
So you draw a line, and then your axe sort of follows that
Okay,
line,
cool,
and then you're
cool.
trying to get these zombie animals.
Okay, gotcha.
And you're trying to rescue the healthy animals.
Yeah,
But your axe
yeah.
doesn't hurt them; they just can't be touched.
Oh, nice.
And so there's this combo system where if you hit things continuously, you sort of keep your combo going and
Sure,
get more
sure.
points. This is an early stage, so you know there's not as much going on. But for example, that elephant has to be
It's
hit
about to-
twice.
Oh, okay.
And so you can get them on the backswing if you want. Like now,
Oh,
my
nice.
yeah.
Okay.
The game's like really smooth. The
Yeah,
gameplay
yeah.
is like it's really polished and has like a good feel to it that shows that High Voltage is a developer that sort of knows what they're doing.
I like how it's it seems like a kid's game, but it's kind of messed up. These animals are like rotting hunks of flesh.
No, yeah, the intro
Yeah.
is actually hilarious. Let me see if I can go back and show that after this level's over. And there's one more thing I want to show about Zoombies.
So what's the price on this bad boy?
Zoombies is $2.99.
Okay.
And it's sad that it was probably going to be like a $15 WiiWare
Yeah,
game
right,
5
yeah.
years ago. This is the other thing that I like about it is there's 5 goals in every level.
Oh, nice.
And they make you play in like different ways.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
sure.
like you can equip different weapons, and you get the 5th star on this level by
Yeah,
using
yeah.
a different weapon. And you do have to buy them, but it's not like an in-app purchase deal. Like
It's
once
just earning currency inside
yeah.
of the game.
once you unlock these power-ups, you own them forever.
Oh,
so they're
nice.
not like they're not one-time use.
consumables, yeah.
And you can do an in-app purchase to get it faster, but it seems really balanced
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like
sure.
this is a game that you purchase and
Yeah,
just play.
awesome.
Let's see if I can watch the intro because it did make me laugh. Did I just skip it?
Was that it?
No, I mean this is gonna be the title
It's
screen.
gonna be zoom out. Zombies.
I wanted to show the intro. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Here, okay, no more talking.
Oh my goodness, children. This is terrible. My animals. How could something like this happen to them? Please, I'm sorry, children. I must put you into harm's way and ask you to help me rescue my animals. I hate to do this. Here, take these children. Please, put my babies out of their misery. I cannot bear to do it myself.
And then one more
I
thing.
only
Watch
hope
this.
and pray that we are
no.
not too late. Come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
that's
That's
great.
awesome. Yeah.
Zombies is really good. It's
Yeah.
one of today's best games. Star Command.
The long-awaited Star Command.
The long-awaited Star Command is finally out. I've done a lot of coverage of Star
Yeah,
Command, so
sure.
I don't actually know that I want to, play it too much right now.
yeah, yeah.
But
And you are reviewing it, correct?
and I am
Yeah,
reviewing
yeah.
it. So you build and manage your own starship.
Uh-huh.
You can upgrade, your different rooms that have different things. You can hire more crew members and make them blue shirts, yellow shirts, or red shirts. And again, we have lots of videos on this.
Yeah.
So, in the interest of time, I'm not going to blast
Sure.
through Star Command right now. But it's finally out. It is, I think, $2.99. Yeah, it's
Oh,
$2.99,
It's the day of 299s.
and it's universal.
Awesome.
And today's so Star Command is today's like superstar game.
Okay.
Star Command, Zoombies, and Sorcery are
Yeah.
the three like superstars
All
today.
right. Steve Jackson.
So, Sorcery was a series of like RPG choose your own adventure books in
Yeah,
the 80s.
Sure.
Did you
I
ever-
know of them, yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
And so it's part choose your own adventure and part like RPG
Yeah.
where you keep a character sheet with
Yeah.
like inventory and equipment, and based on what you have like it changes the game.
sure.
So it is like an actual proper book. Like there's pages and pages of dialogue.
Yeah.
And the dialogue's actually really good. Or not dialogue, but prose.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to sit here and read it all, but like what I think is really clever is how it's implemented. Like I have these options here, and if I click go farther in, like it just
It
appends
adds to the
itself.
story. Yeah, and almost stitches it together.
And then it's like, oh, I just got killed.
Yeah. Your adventures at an end. That was
The
good.
game's really friendly about how like I can rewind time
Sure.
anytime I want. So it's
Yeah.
like I just rewind back to this point, and it takes
And
me
you're
back
good.
to a previous
Yeah,
adventure point.
yeah.
And again, I just love how you're like building the story
Yeah.
as you go.
And like you said, it's important that, for a game that's going to have a ton of reading in it, like the prose is actually good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's genuinely good. I'm like really curious about this world. Let's
Sure.
rewind to a point. It's got this really clever battle system. Go farther in, and then I end up fighting a troll or fighting a giant. I guess it is.
He looks
Fight.
like a jerk.
And so the fighting system is like super elegant and simple, but it's
Yeah.
also like really clever. Like you're trying to drop their stamina down to 0, and I swipe left and right to sort of choose what I want my attack power to be.
Oh, okay.
And you need your power to be higher than their power.
Yeah.
But the more power that you spend, like you start getting more and more tired.
Sure.
So like I could blast this up to 9 and get like a guaranteed hit,
Yeah.
but you need to sort of like you can read the dialogue to get like hints and stuff
Yeah,
about like
yeah.
is he gonna defend? Is he gonna do a big attack? Is he gonna do a small attack?
Yeah.
So if I just defend, see, and then you get this sort of dialogue. Although this guy's so big that he's actually covering it
Yeah,
up.
he's kind of a jerk.
Normally that doesn't happen. So now since my number was bigger than his, I get
Yeah.
a hit, and so it's this super simple system, right? But it's actually like if I were to do an attack with 7, that's gonna be a guaranteed hit, but then it lowers my maximum.
And he's just going to blast you this
Yeah,
time.
like now I can
Yeah.
only do 3.2, but if I defend, then I can sort of earn some of that back.
Gotcha,
like,
gotcha.
I absolutely love Sorcery. I like the story that's going on. I like how you're traversing this map.
Yeah, yeah. It looks,
It's really, really
super rad.
non-linear. Like
Yeah.
you can see the path that I took is straight up north.
Yeah.
But it's like there's all this stuff over here that I just skipped.
Sure. Yeah,
Um,
it looks super cool.
Yeah, man.
What's the price on this bad boy?
$5.
$5.
And there's a series of these books came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I think there's 4 of them. And this is like the first book.
Okay. Oh, so it is a direct adaptation.
Yeah.
Of super.
Yeah, I
that's
mean
awesome.
this book came out in like 1983.
Yeah.
What else came out today?
What's Emily? I just like the picture.
Emily with 2 L's.
Oh.
This is Emily in Darkness.
Uh-oh.
This game's creepy as hell. Oh, why is it sideways? I'll adjust that.
You're supposed to play in darkness.
No, there it goes. This game's super creepy.
Okay.
I played it in the dark last night, and it freaked me out. It
Yeah.
legitimately
Oh,
freaked me
nice.
out. It's $199, and it's iPhone only, so it's blowing. We're blowing up an iPhone
Yeah,
screen
yeah.
right now.
What kind of a? I guess we're about to see what kind of a game it is.
Yeah, it's super dark. I actually could see it fine in my apartment
So you
last
gotta play
night.
in that dark.
Um,
So it's kind of you're just exploring creepy
yeah,
places.
you're exploring, and mechanically it's actually kind of clunky. But I guess for some reason in this game I forgive it more than I do in others
Yeah,
because it sort of adds to the foreboding feeling. Like there's these enemies that like will scuttle up to you and be
Yeah,
really
yeah.
creepy.
Oh.
You're using. Can you see with this?
Yeah, you're like shooting little pew pews.
No, that's my blood. You're using
Oh,
your own blood as a
Oh.
weapon.
Wow.
And so it's like you can't use too much of it.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like that's creepy. You're basically in like this purgatory, and you're
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to escape. And
Yeah.
the game opens with this cutscene where like you don't know how you got there. You don't know how to escape. You're kind of trapped. The game is really, really unsettling.
Yeah. One thing I'm not a huge fan of is it's kind of it's overpowering with the HUD. There's a lot of stuff going on, especially on an iPhone.
Yeah, there is a
Yeah.
lot of HUD there. That's true. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah.
And again, mechanically, this is actually fairly clunky, but it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
about something to experience
Sure.
more than
Yeah.
have a tremendous amount of
Yeah.
fun with.
Let's check that out.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many games today. I guess let's just keep going. Let's keep
Jin
going.
works. Digin works.
Digim works. Stick Stunt Biker 2.
That is a lot of name.
I don't want new game. I want continue game. Oh, no. Here we go.
Prologue.
So it's another one of these sort of, I don't even know. Does the genre have a name?
I'm not sure. We're about to see.
Like you can tilt left and right.
Oh, like Trials almost?
Yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
like Trials, but the levels aren't quite as, like, Trials is kind of puzzly in a way.
Yeah, sure.
And this is more just like action-y. But yeah,
yeah.
you tilt your bike left and right, and then you're trying to, it's...
Reminds me a little bit of the Ubisoft had a game called Furry Fluffies or Fluffy Furries, where it was like a roller coaster game. You remember that? That came out a little while ago.
Fluffy Nutties?
Fluffy Nutties, that was it. And it kind of had the same thing, where you had to kind of angle yourself in the air and try to land.
Yeah, I mean, it's very arcadey. Obviously, you saw me just bounce off that wall.
Like, look, kind of looks like Limbo.
The silhouettes
Not
are going
terrifying.
to forever be the Limbo
The
style
Limbo
now.
stuff, or that cool level from Donkey Kong. Yeah. Whoa.
Stick Stunt Biker 2 is 99 cents.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I didn't play the original. It seems fine. Great day.
Really good day.
The crazy thing, Marty, is that every single one of these games launched today.
That's insane. No price drops. It's
Like-
just straight up new games.
Yeah, I mean, on Thursdays we usually don't dive into the price drops
Yeah.
because there's too many game
Sure.
launches. Maybe I will mention a couple. Vice City is on sale.
Oh, wow.
Is on sale for $2.
Okay.
The Journey Down is a really good point-and-click adventure game, and it's
Okay.
free.
Oh, cool. that out.
And those are probably the most notable ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Snoopy Coaster's free. Space Agency is a 2D Kerbal Space Program game.
Oh, wow.
So it's like Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal Space Program. You build a rocket and go into
Yeah.
space, but it's 2D instead of 3D, and it's
Okay.
free today too.
Nice. Man, there's a lot of games today.
Yeah. So how many games is that? 13 brand new
13
games.
brand new games. I feel like we're recommending Sorcery, Star Command, and Zombies.
Mm-hmm,
And
for sure.
Angry Birds if you like Angry Birds.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the rest of these games is like Paper Titans was cool.
Ninja Striker looked cool.
Ninja Striker was
Yeah.
cool. Stunt Biker is cool. But like, if you have to choose, yeah, Star Command, Zombies, and Sorcery
Sure.
are the best of the best,
yeah.
I think.
Those will last you for a while.
Marty, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Everyone at home, as always, thank you for tuning in. And, if you're playing any of these games, which ones are you liking, which ones are you not liking, leave some suggestions for other people in the
Yeah.
comments. You don't just need to listen to us jaw away.
Nah, we don't know what we're talking about.
I'm really curious to see whether other people like Sorcery as much
Yeah.
as I do, because I'm kind of enamored with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Remember that for all the mobile game hotness, you can keep it locked to IGN.